ready.
Face Show, episode 3.
Episode mother in 3. The trifecta of this here episode.
The trifecta.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
This is your host, Buck Cody, and still not episode 10, so I'm not going to tell you, but people in the know who I am.
So, Albert.
Yes.
Real quick.
All right.
You know, last week, I noticed you had this ring on, so you might as well just tell them what the fuck it is.
All right. Now, I was supposed to get into this last week, but didn't. This right here. Let's put this up there. I'm gonna get up and show it to the people.
He's gonna get his big ass.
Look at that. We're gonna get black.
He might break a sweat.
See, it's hard to tell. Oh snap! But there it is, and that is this is a ring there, and this represents the new thing and the hottest thing in comic books right now in DC Comics.
Comic books, people.
That's right. I'm gonna bring it up, and that is the Blackest Night. This is the Black Light Lantern ring, the Black Lantern ring. Basically, it's a cool story.
The Black Knight, shout out to Baron.
But this is what it is, the Blackest Night, baby. Product placement, oh.
He don't get no money for that.
None.
No money does he get
DC,
for that.
if you want to send me some shit, send me some shit. I'm promoting you right now. But that's okay. $5. Free issue, maybe, signed? No. But this shit is hot right now. It's a cool story. It's basically about a Green Lantern and all that shit. There's a war in space, that's cool. But the Black Lanterns are different. They're in zombies. And they're bringing back everybody that DC's ever killed and turning them into intelligent, evil-ass zombies. And it's a horror story. There's, you know, think about, I don't know if you guys follow the comics, but man, people died in the last few years. Aquaman's dead. Martian Manhunter's dead. Batman's dead. Yeah, Batman's dead. So, Mad Comics, this first issue, explosive. People started coming back. They killed 2 heavy hitters right at the end of the book. Gone. And if you die in this comic, you come back as a bad guy, which is great. I know they're going to be bringing back... And World War II Superman done died in the last few years. He's coming back. So there's plenty of characters that's going to be sweeping all of the DC universe. This is my pick of what's hot. I mean, Comic-Con just passed. I'm sure you got enough of this shit from them, but I'm just saying, for DC Comics, this is what's hot.
What's hot?
Now, I know there's something you want to promote real fast and get into.
The new Wu album, right here. I'm going to get up and get my skinny ass up.
There you
the new
go.
Wu-Tang album. Alright, you got to go out and cop this.
There you go.
Alright, can you see it? Can you see it too close?
They can see it.
Oh, right there.
Look at that.
There you
red light in it.
Right there, the chambers. Get that, cop that. It's off the hook. The RZA put it out. Tikal is not on it. Method Man is not on it, but everybody else is on it. It's hot. It's off the hook.
You know, it's definitely good. So there you go. Now, occasionally, like I said in the beginning, we may be reviewing movies. We may be reviewing comics. We're going to bring you what's hot. And I'm telling you right now.
Track 14, people. Track 14.
Is what's hot. I mean, also, for the people, there's no little thing, but we all know The Watchmen came out not too long ago on DVD. Cop it if you haven't seen it. Get the director's cut. See it. It's great. It's tough. It's not your parents' superhero movie.
Okay, so some of our viewers out on the West Coast, they said we got a little too serious last time.
A little too political.
But you know what? We just had to get that off our chest. But now we're gonna lighten it up a little bit.
That's fine.
I'm a little fired up right now.
You know, we did do a little heavy into politics the last few weeks. Big things happening, but this week we're gonna get real lighthearted. We're gonna get silly with it.
That's it.
And we're gonna have some fun.
All right. So this is the deal. This episode. I'm supposed to go on a date. Sunday I have a date.
All right.
Fine ass little chick. Okay.
She is cute.
Met her last weekend. My boy set it up. We all went to the bar. Met her at the bar. All my boys were there. Her girls were there. Whatever. After party, we sat. We hung out. We talked. This week we said we were gonna go out. I didn't talk to her yesterday. I figured, you know, we agreed to go out on Wednesday, Thursday. Tonight's Saturday, by the way. So I was like, you know what, Friday I'm just gonna lay low. So tonight, I sent her a text message. Well, I sent her a text message during the day, but I sent her a text message tonight as well. And during the day, I was just like, oh, hey, what's up? So like 5 hours later, I sent her another text message. I said, hey, what's up? You know, it's 8 o'clock. Good for tomorrow. My cell phone is right here. This is my cell phone. I'm gonna leave it on. This is 20 minutes ago I left this text message. I think she's going to bail. In fact, I got money on it that she's going to bail because I think she might be the stereotypical East Coast chick. Stereotypical East Coast chick just wants to see if they can get it. That's all it is. It's a game to them. East Coast chicks are all fucking games. That's all they want to do is play games. Okay, so I guarantee you, I got money on this. I got money on this right here. That this phone, I'm going to turn the volume all the way up, that this phone does not go off with a text message from her this evening during the show or after the show.
And we'll check out. And I think she's out doing some things. She's getting some things done, and she may not have her phone on her, and she may be playing a little coy.
Come on, what chicks do you know that don't have their phone? They all have their phones.
I know. I'm giving her the. I'm gonna play the. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
All right, just because you have to bet against somebody. You know what I'm saying? You have to bet against somebody. And I think she'll call. I think you definitely got it. And
I don't think so.
And not trying to alienate the East Coast chicks, because we love to hate you and we hate to love you.
And so does the rest of the country. Don't go anywhere else, East Coast chicks, because they don't love you. Trust me. I've been to Cali and back.
Yeah.
Did you know that East Coast chicks are the most hated, especially New York chicks, are the most hated chicks in the entire country? Girls and men from other states don't like East Coast chicks.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Don't like New York chicks.
Well, that's because of the...
Maybe you need to sit and think about that for a while.
Yeah, well, all right.
Fuck, New York dudes don't even like New York chicks. Well, they just settling. They just settling for y'all. They're just settling. Trust me. They just settle because there's nothing else out there.
Anyway, wow.
It's big. It's real big.
Wow.
Get real on this episode.
That's saying something. It is actually slightly, more or less true.
I didn't even date in 2008. I did no date in 2008. I got so much accomplished. I was in such a better mood all the time. My vibe was fucking on track. But everything was good.
But then you can go only so far with no dates and no wait.
I wasn't gay at 4 a.m. on a Sunday.
Hey, he didn't date the chick. He may have.
I didn't date the chick. Maybe something 4 a.m. on a Sunday, random Tuesday. Hey Albert, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between a random Tuesday and 4 a.m. on a Sunday?
About 5 beers.
Woo! So if I say you're good enough for 4 a.m. on a Sunday, don't be calling me on a Tuesday.
No. Different class of chicory. And speaking of it, I got a glossary term for you guys. All right, randoms. Now this is for the fellas out there, because what does random means? It means what you think it means. It means random chick or random girl. And why do I say random? Because if you go into a party, you want to know the status of the randoms. Because there could be chicks there, but if you know all of them and they know you, and you don't want them, that's stagnant, that's stale. You don't want to know the chicks that are there that you know. You don't want that. You want to know if there's chicks there you don't know. Hence the phrase and the term randoms. So if you ever hear us referring from now on about randoms, know that they mean random chicks or people of interest. For you gay guys or chicks out there, if you're referring to random dudes, you can also refer to them randoms, but know that we mean chicks at all times for randoms. Hey, you got to be politically correct.
No, you don't.
No, not really at all. Political correctness could suck my dick.
And mine.
Yeah.
Nah. Could lick my ass, though.
There you go. Political correctness could lick somebody's asshole. And that's something, folks. That is something.
So, I know we're not going to talk about politics.
Politics.
But I want to talk about Sarah Palin a little bit. Hottie. That's my hottie of the week, by the way, Sarah Palin. Nice. And her daughters.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget her daughters. You know they all talking all the shit about her daughter getting pregnant. I would impregnate her daughter. I would do it on purpose. I'd be like, there's not that many hot chicks out there. She's pretty hot. I might as well just fucking do it.
You know what? Let me explain something.
You know, if I'm gonna have to look at this chick the rest of my life, she might as well be hot.
Especially out in Alaska. That shit'll there's like a wilderness out there, man. There ain't not too many packed up cities. But and that's the way they like it, and that's cool. But let me say this though. Let me say this. The reason why she got so much shit is because she kept a baby.
Right.
Guarantee you, if that chick had a quiet abortion, ain't word one about it. But that's okay, because that's the society we live in.
Let's talk about Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin is getting a lot of flack in the news right now.
Oh, for quitting.
For quitting.
Now,
they're calling her a quitter.
Now let me explain something. Like, love her or hate her, that's fine. That's fine. I think she's hot. I want to do her, and who doesn't?
I would lick her butt.
You know what I'm saying? And hotness aside, people call her dumb. She's not dumb. She's just real world smart, which is different, because her real world is out in Alaska, which has wilderness issues, hunting issues, and other things. She's real world smart, but she's not New York real world smart. She's not Cali real world smart. She's like Texas real world smart, and that's how that shit is. So she's not stupid. She managed to broker a deal with the oil companies and get everybody in Alaska paid. Hey, you guys remember the Simpsons movie? Remember that shit where Homer rolls up and they hand him money for living in Alaska? Who do you think got that shit? Alright, on that note, but, love or hate her, the reason she quit is because the media, for some reason, has a boner for, they have a hard-on for this chick, and they wouldn't stop fucking with her. And I get it. Alright, she was the vice presidential nominee, she was the anti, Hillary Clinton, and specifically feminists, didn't want her to get the female vote. Why? Because she's the anti-feminist. She has a family and a career. Holy shit. And she can shoot a gun? What? What? You can't do all three. You're supposed to only eat choach. I mean, what? No, feminists aren't lesbians. They're not the same thing.
Okay, so to sum it up,
yeah,
they're giving her a lot of flack in the news because she's leaving. She's resigning from her position. And she resigned because of them, because they wouldn't leave her alone. They kept her wrapped up in endless lawsuits. Now let me explain something. She's not rich. She's well off. She has money, but she's not rich. She's not your average. Sum this up for them real quick.
Real quick. They force her out, keeping her tied up in litigation, wasting money the state didn't have and she didn't have. She spent like $500,000. She didn't even have $500,000. So she quit because they went after her family and they kept her tied up, so she wasn't doing anything. She's the type of person that if she's not doing anything, she's not doing her job. So she relinquished power and quit because, as she put it, she'd be a lame duck. And people say, how are you a lame duck after a year and a half? You are if you're tied up in court and suspended every other day for shit that everything she's acquitted on.
So basically she couldn't do her job because of all these little side things going on.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. So...
And the media calls that.
So she's doing it as a favor to... She has moral responsibility, basically, to the people of Alaska, and she can't do her job because of the media and other politicians and some bad things going on. So she resigned. She resigned. And rightfully so.
And rightfully so. And do the people of her state hate her for doing this? No. She left with a 54% approval rating, which is more we can say for the president right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Obama. Oops. Did you go down in the polls this week?
Oops.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But again, we ain't even discussing that. I mean, but we love Obama. He's great. He's a good guy.
Barack Obama.
I mean, I wish he was my friend. The way he fucking breaks laws and shit.
Yeah, you could drink some beer with him.
That's great.
Yeah.
Again, we didn't want to get into politics, but we're gonna just joke around about this because this is hilarious. This is not really serious. But so to try to fix his mistake where he fucked up and pissed off. Because in one speech, I love our president, but in one speech I don't really love him. No. But in one speech he done pissed off two groups of people. And on purpose, I think. And once he pissed off doctors by calling them money gouging, unnecessary surgery having motherfuckers. And nobody really talked about the doctors because he also, in the same speech, pissed off law enforcement. And he figured maybe the one officer he'd piss off and just that one
all white people. How about all white people in general? With his reverse racism remarks. Okay, I thought we moved on past that.
Well, hell, he was the guy that said we moved on past it. And I'm sorry. Let me explain something about racism. Racism will always exist because a form of racism is racial pride or national pride, basically. To believe your country's the best, right? To believe your people are better than the other people. There's a little bit of pride. Nationalism has a tin of racism because pride and racism are very closely linked. The difference is, you could have one without the other. You could have pride without hate. And racism includes hate. But people mistake pride for hate, which are two different things. And really what happens in this country is, I could say this, is for years, and rightfully so, people have been starting to feel what I like to call white guilt, right? And white guilt allows a lot of things. It allows white people to, because they're the people in power, and it's true, under their watch slavery happened, and people didn't act right as far as civil rights back in the 60s, but eventually people fought, and then white people don't get the credit for what they do right, because along with black people, Spanish people, and everybody else in America, along with other Americans, they died in the Civil War to get people their freedoms, because people believed one way, you know what I mean? And then in the 60s, there were a lot of white people with those marches.
Hey, 300,000 people died in the Civil War.
300,000 people died. And that was of all colors. So no. But again, there's a lot of white guilt for that. And white guilt allows them to believe that they can't have white pride. And the reason for that is, we all understand, sometimes when white people have a little bit too much pride, shit could go wrong. Germany being one thing, you know. And the current people that express white pride take it too far. And because they combine the hate with it, and that makes them racist. And I'm not condoning that, I'm just saying. So because of the only people that actually vocalize white pride are hateful racists, basically, regular white people feel like they can't express it. Yet they tolerate people calling them white trash, honkies, you know, trailer trash, and other things. And these are not words that are not allowed to be said. These are not words that get bleeped out unless you're white saying it to a white person. But no, it's because of white guilt that these things are allowed. But on the reverse side, you shouldn't call a black person a nigger. You shouldn't call a Spanish person a spick and whatnot. Those shouldn't be get away with. And I don't believe it's okay to put it on TV as long as a black person says it or a Spanish person says that's bullshit. Or the same thing with fag, right? You know, people get in trouble for calling people fags.
Right, it's derogatory.
Yeah, exactly. Now all of that in check, right? So white guilt is being strained, but what you're getting is it's going too far, because bullshit is oppressing on this guilt, and eventually this guilt is going to turn into animosity, and that's a bad thing. You don't want that, folks. You don't want the guilt to turn in on itself, and that's what's happening. That's what reverse racism is. It's pushing the white guilt limit as far as it can go, and people are starting to bounce back from it like a rubber band. You're being pressed over, and now it's starting to go the other way. And now people are starting to notice that they even named it reverse racism. It's still racism. They named it reverse racism because they're starting to realize that, hey, that's fucked up. If I can't say that shit about you, what makes you think you could say that shit about me?
Exactly.
And as a minority, I completely agree with that shit. I don't think, you know, the average white person should be penalized. You know, should have them talks about like that. You shouldn't be able to do it. If it's not good for one, it can't be good for all.
Right, exactly. No, I was watching Glenn Beck the other day, and he said basically the same thing. He said, we're going in a direction that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And if we don't stop it soon, it's going to pose us another big problem like it did back then.
It is true, and it's true, because really, you can't even be mad at them anymore. They elected a black president. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, that's my whole point.
But I'll tell you what. That black president was supposed to be my president. He's supposed to be your president, you know.
And right now he's his buddy's president.
Right.
And that doesn't really work.
He's not president to the white people at all. He doesn't represent the white people, even though he's half white.
And another thing is he feels he's the world's president, you know. And
that's dangerous too. Who was the last time that felt that he was the world's president? Who was his name? What was his name? He tried to conquer the world. Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Well, this is the same way. This is the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You know, he even has these little kids that he's training to be his little warriors. You know, he's trying all this propaganda. It's the same goddamn thing.
Now, we're not saying he's going to go off and put people in furnaces and concentration camps. Although we do have those built in the United States. Hey guys, I mean, again, we're not going to...
What are they, FEMA camps?
The FEMA... You know,
FEMA camps.
Do you know we have like 13, 14, 15, 16, 20 or so FEMA camps built around the U.S.?
And who are they for?
Oh, they're for victims of natural tragedies and emergence. Really? Really? Are they for the day when people start acting up? But again, we're not saying he's a vicious psychopathic killer. I don't believe that. I'm not saying he's a murderous dog. Although, all I'm saying is, when it comes to the president, you ever notice 9 times out of 10, when he has a choice between something that's clearly wrong in most people's eyes and something clearly right, he tends to choose the wrong path. And that's because his vision is skewed, because his morals his compass is reversed, and because he was raised by people that think it's cool to hate America and blame them for everything. You know, he was brainwashed into that culture. You know, into that it's America's fault culture. It's our fault. I mean, it's fine to want to do better. It's fine to want to better your country, but at the same time, we're not responsible for everything wrong with the world. We're just not. I mean, we have something to do with it. We're in the planet, and we're the biggest dogs. But that's just it. When you're a big dog, people hate. That's fine, son. You can hate on us all you want, other countries.
Okay, so let's get off politics.
Let's get off. See, we got suckered into it. It's a black hole of death is what it is.
Yeah, it is. So, and that's why they tell you not to talk about it at your job.
Oh, yeah.
Or religion, for that matter.
Yeah. I mean, religion's different. You know what? We haven't even talked about religion.
We don't talk about religion yet.
Because I want to get into that eventually.
You want to get into the religion and science, right?
I do want to get into religion and science.
You know, I heard when they wrote the Constitution.
Yeah.
They went to church before.
Before, after, and during. Do you know? It's a rewriting of our history, folks, and that's what's going on right now. Because the secular progressives, these people, they're crazy. They don't want us to know about our Christian heritage, because Christian values. I mean, say what you want. A lot of people are going to be like, Christians, right? What is he going with this? Well, all I'm saying is our founders had these values, and this is all about your moral compass. And even if you don't believe in Christianity, I don't say you have to. You don't even have to. I mean, half the crap we listen, we wouldn't even get on a Christian station. But what I'm saying is a certain set of values. It's a certain way of looking at right and wrong, right? And if you, as long as the country had this compass, certain shit, like communism couldn't fly in here. It really couldn't. It's not the way we look at the world. Certain shit wouldn't fly because of a Christian value system or Judeo-vision or whatever. It wouldn't fly. So the way to do it is you have to change the way people look at things. And how do you change the way people look at things is you have to get rid of the old. And the old values, good or wrong, good or bad, for whatever reason, they were the Christian values. So you have to remove them from the history books. Ask yourself this, kids at home, friendly kids at home. When was the last time you read that any of these people were Christians in the book? When was the last time in the history book you opened up to our founding fathers having, on an inaugural day, the first inaugural day, there was a mass, or not a mass, a church service, because they weren't Catholic, but there was a church service. And up until like 1956, there were regular regular opening prayers in Congress. Really? Really? How come? Separation of church and state? You ever wonder about separation of church and state and wonder, technically under that argument, wouldn't it have to support a church, like a specific church? Like if I opened a church, then if the government supported my specific church, that'd be wrong. But religion and state have nothing to do with each other, and that's a wrong argument. But again, I wanted to get off to politics, which is a taste of what's to come. Because eventually we're going to talk about religion. We're going to have crazy people on. We're going to even get...
We do have a guest next week, don't we?
We do have a guest next week, and it's K104 out here in New York, in the Poughkeepsie area. If you're in this area, Westchester area, you get K104. K104's own Matt Davenport will be here, hopefully live, and hopefully he's not a call-in, but I'm pretty sure live.
Yeah.
In his walk for next week's show. So that's going to be big. And I know you guys are wondering, if you've seen the MySpace, what happened to this week's guest?
Core Power Fitness.
Now, we
had a scheduling conflict.
We did have a
scheduling conflict.
We pushed it back as long as we could, because to be honest, I mean, this is a late edition for us. We should have been on the internet by now.
Yeah, we should have been up.
We should have been up. We usually shoot Wednesday or Thursday and try to be up by Friday or Saturday. Not shooting Saturday.
Right, but we try to push it back as long as possible. Unfortunately, he got a fat chick stuck in the Smith press machine. So, he was at the store. Last time I talked to him, he was at the store buying butter. Hey, good luck with that. Fat chicks need loving too. We totally respect what you do, and hopefully she'll make it out okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't think
maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. In a year or two. But yeah, again, these are friends. He's a friend of the show. But I guess free publicity doesn't seem like it costs the right amount. I mean,
I don't know. You can't give anything away for free anymore nowadays.
Exactly.
Everybody thinks that there's a catch.
But what are you gonna do?
With us, there's no catch. There's no drama.
No
anything. It's no catch. This is what it is. This is what you get. Either you fucking like it or you don't. Go to fuck home.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so we're gonna have him on. He's gonna talk about the state of radio and what's going on with that. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but you guys out in Cali or even out in New York, turn on like a Z100 out in New York, and you're gonna hear Ryan Seacrest. You're going to hear him all throughout the country in syndication and stuff like that. And we're not against syndication. I'm just going to say that that's the way radio is going right now. Regular radio is going to top 40. Everybody's top 40, and it's the same freaking thing.
Our only hard rock, one of our major hard rock stations just changed the top 40 in New York. It was K-Rock for many years, and now there's really no alternative unless you go up north. A good hour and a half outside of the city.
I mean, there's who is it that's still around?
That's bad. That sucks.
What is it? Matt Pinfield's station there in New York plays. What is it?
Yeah, it's I-95.
No, not I-95. I-95 is pretty good, and they're out in Connecticut.
But they're still classic rock. There's no present day rock. Stations
no. There's still one.
WRRV.
Yeah.
Is the last one that's down this. That's in this general area, but you still can't get it over here. You still got to travel a good half hour.
No, I know, but there's still one. It's 101.9. They used to be the jazz station, and now I forget their call letters. I don't listen to them all the time. But Matt Pinfield runs the station, and then the last rock station left in New York City, which is horrible because they think rock music isn't. Now we promoted a rap CD earlier today, so we're into all these types of music because that's how we are. We're eclectic. Now we're going to talk a little bit about rock. And people say rock music isn't commercially viable anymore. Now, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because I'm pretty sure the top-selling video games for the last, 4 or 5 years have been Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Playing nothing but rock and country, a little country, mostly metal, and where you love or hate the game and think only tools play it, still huge, million-seller games. People keep buying them, and they're not cheap. They're like $200 a pop, and people keep buying. So, yeah, I don't know about that, folks. Commercially viable, my ass, because Rock Band's making millions of dollars off this shit. They're constantly getting bands on. You know what I heard that's pretty cool? They're on Rock Band. They're allowing. How they have a huge song library that people can buy off of all systems to play. They're gonna make it really easy for the independent bands to get in.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that. That they're trying to open it up for the masses and for the unsigned bands to get themselves out there.
Well, I'm gonna find out how to get my band. Fallen from Grace. Check us out on the MySpace, myspace.com/.
And if you hear the
FFG13. FFG13.
Yes.
Okay. Come check us out. It's me, Barry Lent. He was in Martyr, Mortician. He's very credible. He's excellent. Okay. We had a drummer that we unfortunately had to let go, and we're looking for a new drummer, and we're also looking for a new bassist because we got rid of our bassist as well. But we do have 15 brand new songs that are on the way. So just go check us out, friend request us, get on there because you're going to want to hear the new stuff. It's the album's going to be called The Dark Side of Fucked Up Town, and the artwork for the album is just incredible. Barry's a huge artist. He's a huge tattoo artist. Unfortunately, I I can't get him to do my own tattoos because
that's
the guy's so damn busy. And, you know, I got to go to somebody else. But he's incredible.
Now, in case you guys were wondering, the instrumental in the beginning, the opening track, as well as the end, is all brought to you by this guy over here.
Fallen from Grace.
That's right. And you know, we got about let's see, looking at the clock, we still got some time on this show.
We got some time. So this is what I want to talk about.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Okay, everybody knows that dating sucks now.
Yeah, all right.
You know, you have all kinds of different dating. You got the online dating now is very big. I have not yet ventured into it. You know, I'm still the old school. You know, I go out and meet somebody or meet somebody.
I've seen it work for people.
It does work for people, but I've had very bad luck with dating. So I really, you know, I'm thinking about going on this online dating thing, but I've had bad luck with dating. Just recently, okay, I was talking to and hanging out with this bartender. Okay,
yeah.
now.
I'm not gonna say any names.
We're not gonna mention names.
We don't need to do that.
You know, I'm just gonna tell you guys out there. You know, you meet a bartender, and she has a tattoo of a pirate ship on her side. Run, fucking run.
Wow.
Okay? That's right. I shouted it out. A tattoo of a pirate ship. Swab the fucking poop deck. Walk the plank. Do whatever you gotta do, and get the fuck out.
That's
okay?
You are Florida listeners.
Because she some head case. She's some head case. So basically what happened is she was playing too many games to sum it up, and you know, I got sick of it. So you know, I had to bounce, and you know, I deleted her from my phone and my Facebook, MySpace, every aspect of my life I deleted her from. And you know, once I do that, I've never gone back before. You know, whether the girl's contacted me or not. And 2 months later, she contacted me. And,
and change of heart, maybe. And,
you know, I was, you know,
skeptical.
I was like, you know what, I've done so many times. Let me see what she has to say. So like 4 or 5 days later, I'm like, yeah, hey, you know, what's up? So, you know, we start talking again, and you know, basically she's like, let's hang out. So I'm like, okay, I agree to hang out. We're supposed to hang out, what was it, like a week ago we were supposed to hang out. And, you know, the night before, just like this, the night before, threw her a text message, said, hey, we still hanging out tomorrow? She goes, well, I'm going to my brother's at 7, which is down in the city. I said, well, I don't get out of work till 5:30, so how's that going to work? She's like, oh, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, you know, you made plans with me, and now you double booked your brother. And she's like, well, I'll cancel with my brother. And we got into a big fucking argument about it. And basically I was like, you know what, family's more important. Go see your family, okay? Because I'm not trying. Blood runs thicker than water, okay? And I'm not trying to come between that.
Yeah,
so I'm
exactly.
like, go see your family. So we get in this big argument, and finally we get over the argument, and we start talking about feelings, and she's talking about feelings, and whatever. She's, you know, she's breaking down basically, and then all of a sudden she goes, well, I find out tomorrow if I'm moving to Florida.
Yeah. And let me interject here. I think the reason why she talked to you is because she regretted not getting with you when she had the chance. Now she's about to leave, she wanted a little tasty taste to take with her.
Yeah, basically we never had sex, okay? So
yeah, that's what I think.
That's why I'm telling you guys, you know, just get in it, hit it, and split it, okay?
Alright.
So basically, you know, I get a message the next day, and she says, you know, she starts talking to me like normal. Hey, what are you doing? I miss you, blah, 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 blah. Right off the bat, I said, you going to Florida? She said, yeah. She said, I leave in 2 weeks, and I'm scared. So I said, you know what? Good luck with that. Peace.
And there's no reason to put yourself through that and try to get emotionally attached to a person that's about to bounce on you. She's looking for a reason to stay, and you can't be that reason to stay if you haven't even if you were the most meaningful thing and you haven't even talked to her in 2 months, what does that tell you about her?
That she's a weak ass bitch. You know what? That's stereotypical of some East Coast chicks. That's a stereotypical East Coast chick move.
Well,
now keep in mind, I'm from the East Coast and I'm from the West Coast. I'm from New York and I'm from Cali. Sometimes you can pick up on both the accents, okay? Because I still have both the accents. They're mixed in there. So, you know, I've dated both, and, you know, let me tell you something. The girls out in California are real. they're more real than the girls claim to be out here in New York. The girls out here in New York insist upon themselves.
They do insist upon themselves.
So it's
don't you hate that when bitches insist upon themselves, like, I'm up to shit. No, you're really not.
Everybody talks crap about the West Coast girls. Well, I'm going to shout out the West Coast girls, and I'm going to tell you, you are all awesome. Every girl I dated that I was out in California with had jobs, had careers, had schooling, had an education, okay, was going after what they wanted, okay, and I respect that. And I can't say the same out here on the East Coast. A lot of these girls, especially in the suburbs, you could hope to God that she wants to be a fucking teacher. And she has a couple years of school and she wants to be a teacher. You could hope to God that that's what she wants. But ultimately,
every chick want to be a teacher too. You know what I'm saying?
Because they think it's the easy way out, and that's a disgusting view on life. Is to take the easy way out.
You know, and just to lighten things up on dating though, let's talk about another little thing. Another little rule I got, and people, we got like 10 minutes.
Real quick, phone is not going off.
Ooh, 10 minutes. 10 minutes left in the show, and nothing's going on. But all right, let's light things up. Here's one of my rules, and girls may deny it. You may say this isn't true, but it is, and especially with a little alcohol. It is the cock in the ass rule. Oh man, I have brought it out for the last 10 minutes. We got a little serious,
kid.
And the cock in the ass rule is as follows. And it's so true, and girls act like they hate it. It's not true. It's so true. Guys, if you ever been in a club, you know, you ever been in a bar, whatever, there's a dance floor, you're dancing up, you go up from behind, and you just start grinding with some chick. You know what I'm saying? Grinding her little asses on you. She hadn't even looked at you yet. You get a little stiffy, so you're basically rubbing your cock on her ass. She loves that, right? And she'll dance, and if you're good, she will dance with you for like 5-10 minutes before, 2 songs and shit, before even turning around to look at you. And at that point, it's too late, because once she turns, you could be ugly too, it doesn't even matter. Once she turns around to look at you, you just fucking make out with her, right, when she turns her head. And now she's not even paying attention to what it looked at. And what did you accomplish with the cock in the ass rule? What did you just do? You enabled my second rule, didn't you? You tricked a bitch once, didn't you guys? And all of a sudden it works. And it works almost 9 times out of 10.
That's all you have to do is trick a bitch once.
And that's usually how it works, the cock in the ass rule. And girls say that that's not true. You say, no, I hate it when guys just come up and grind on me, and I don't like that. But bullshit.
Dirty.
Bullshit. When you're drinking and you out and you looking for a good time and you're single and some dude does that with the little stiffy, you love it. Because
let's face it, bro. It's in today's world, girls want to get laid just as much as guys do.
And it's flattering as a girl to know that you just got this guy hard and you without even doing much,
Right, exactly.
That you've turned him on that much, and that's an ego boost.
Exactly.
And that's why girls like it. And again, I've been blocked from that. I mean, cock in the ass rule isn't 100% because other factors like the pack can't intervene. Where I've once done that, danced with a girl from behind, she loves it, she's feeling me. She turns around, she's about to kiss me, she's about to get me, and wham, the girls pull her off.
The pack.
Pull her right
pack.
off. They're like, no. I don't know, maybe my smile was too big, I was grinding up some chick. But but it happens. And just remember, guys, and girls, use what I have. I mean, use my knowledge to your advantage. Alright, and you know what?
Don't be afraid to stick that stiffy in a crack of the ass.
And for you guys out there, for you guys with girlfriends, I'm going to give you another little tidbit, because we on asses anyway. This is going to be another secret. And it's so stupid. If you ever wanted to do your chick in the ass, I'm gonna put this out there. This is a little sexual advice for you guys. If you ever want to do your chick in the ass, and she's all like, I would never put it in my butt. No, that's for entry. Exit only, not for entry.
I've never done that before.
Tee blah 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 blah. There is the secret to doing your chick in the ass. It's not for the casual girl. It's not the girl you meet in the bar.
It's not that girl next door.
No, this is for your girl, your specific girlfriend who you've been dating and who you have the time to make this technique work. This is not a quick technique. what you do is, when when you're doing a little foreplay, you eating that choke, you know what I'm saying? You gotta lick the asshole. That's one part of it. You're doing your job right. I don't see how you can't just lick the asshole. When you do a little fingering, you do a little ass play, right, during sex or whatever. Get her interested that way. And at the same time of doing all of that, this is the long part. This is the part. You just tell her every day. Just tell her, I'm fucking you in the ass tonight. During sex, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass. Just keep saying it. Say it like nonchalantly, like interject it into conversation, private conversations. Just keep telling her you're gonna fuck her in the ass, and she'll constantly tell you no, no, no. But what you're doing, folks, is you're putting the idea into their brains, and they keep having to think about it. What would happen if he did put it in my ass? Would I like it? And then one day, out of the blue, she's gonna say yes, or it'll be her idea. You know what, honey? I do want you to do it in the ass tonight. And the next thing you know, you're banging your chick in the ass.
Taboo does work.
It does. Just remember, guys, when you do it, lube that shit up, cause
lube it good. Make sure she doesn't tense up, and ease it.
Exactly.
Ease it in.
Because if you don't do it the right way the first time, you ruin it for all other times. Because how many times have you gone out with a girl, met a chick, and just like, oh no, I'm never gonna do it in the ass, and you're like, really? Have you tried it? And she says yes, and then she says something that fucking grosses me out. Yeah, well, because when I did do it in my ass with my boyfriend, he put it right. No, he didn't use lube. Read me up, didn't use lube, I hated it. Of course you gotta use lube.
So Albert, the show's almost over.
It is almost over.
So what I would like to do for these last couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'd like to put on a little Wu-Tang.
We're gonna talk through the Wu-Tang.
A little Wu-Tang.
Listen to
This is that new hot shit from Wu-Tang Clan. Inspector Deck, You God. And Sadat X. Everybody remember Sadat X from the old House of Pain?
There you go. Steady, look at the animated and shit. And that is pretty much it, guys. This is crazy ass motherfucker. He's getting up and dancing and shit. I didn't even need to see this. I didn't. Hey there, guys. You can dance up on the camera if you want. Man, get that shit out of my face, man. Tell you, hey. But fans, this episode was dedicated to the fans out in Cali. I don't know if you guys realize this, but we heard you and we were looking out for you. And we hope we try to keep it lighthearted for you guys, but still got some real shit involved. And big things happen. Big things are happening all the time, man. But before we end up our show, I'd like to thank the people that weren't here today for making this show possible. What was the name of that company again who didn't show up today?
Core Power Fitness.
I'd like to thank Core Power Fitness for not doing their job and showing up. We dedicate this episode to you too. And yeah, man. G.I. Joe's coming out this week. Go see it. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna let you know if it's good. And watch out, man, because this is almost that time.